A Christmas Eve vigil Wednesday night in solidarity with those for whom justice has been delayed. And taxi operators call for more cruise ship calls. We'll also give you a glimpse of Christmas Eve in the city. I am Julian Morris with the Channel 5 News. The details after this.
I won from me to me.
For me?
Yes. You don't need speakers, right?
Upgrade to win every week with Lime. Sign up to a data plan top-up or sign up for e-billing for chances to win. Upgrade Christmas with Lime. Ho, ho, ho!
It's the ram that I want to pull up me belly. It's the ram that I want to bat in the batting.
Play Big 4 and win even more this Christmas. Spend $9 or more on Big 4 tickets and get a free letter. Spell ham, rum or buy and win hams, single barrel rum and shopping vouchers. Plus non-winning promotional tickets gets a chance to win one of 4 supermarket shopping sprees valued at $1,000. The more tickets you buy, the more letters you get to win. Have a cheerful ham and rum Christmas from the Dominican National Lottery. Promotion starts November 10th to December 31st.
Spark the holiday spirit with a festive feast from KFC. Enjoy a generous amount of chicken with delicious home-style sides and a refreshing drink. KFC, so good.
It's Christmas at Courts with prices slashed even further on a wide range of items at all Courts branches up to 60% off. Wow! But you can't wait, so get your last minute deals now. Offer applies to both cash and credit purchases. And of course, mega savings on a wide range of items. It's Christmas at Courts with up to 60% off at all Courts branches. Hurry, stock is limited.
That's so big. That's really big.
This is big! Upgrade to a data wonderland. Get the season's best deal on the Samsung Galaxy Note 4, only from Lime. Upgrade to data all the way. Get the Huawei Y330 with a great free gift. Upgrade Christmas with Lime.
Dominica Labour Party re-elected for 4th term. 5 police officers brought before the court in connection with the murder of Joshua Etienne, while Black Sigatoka ravaged the banana sector. Health workers and resources stretched by chikungunya, and squatter drama in Kinfield East. Bishop Kelvin Felix became Dominica's first cardinal, and Dice Calypso Monarch title number 7. Join us for the 2014 Channel 5 News in Review, December 31, 8:30 p.m., repeated January 1 on Channel 5. In the news, a group of people calling themselves justice seekers will gather at Lindo Park on Christmas Eve to show support for those for whom they say justice has been delayed.
Spokesperson for the team, Loftus Duran, gave reasons for Wednesday's gathering.
We gathered tonight from 12 midnight, that is, and we stayed up till about 6 a.m., that is Christmas morning, whereby persons who think alike in terms of justice will come together and say what's on their mind as it relates to justice or injustice, as the case is, where we want to see our country go, because for some reason there are certain cases that we all know about in Dominica that are basically stuck in our legal system.
Duran says the group will come together to be the voice of the hurting families and their plight as they seek justice.
Can you specify what cases, because you spoke about some cases that are basically being dragged through the justice system. Can you specify any?
Okay, I'll be very upfront with you. We have one case that stands out in my mind very regularly, and I am a constant advocate for Mr. Gon Emmanuel and his wife Greta. We all remember 2010, their house basically was firebombed, as we say it in Dominica. their house. There was an attempt on their life. And 4 years have passed. We all remember Joshua Etienne in Portsmouth as well. And there are other cases, but these two cases, to me, it stands out.
He appeals to people to come and give support in solidarity with those seeking justice.
In other news now, some certified taxi operators are calling for an increase in cruise ship calls to the island.
The Dame Eugenia Charles Boulevard was one of the more eventful streets in the city on Christmas Eve. One cruise ship was docked at the Roseau cruise ship berth. There was no shortage of craft vendors and tour and taxi operators. What was lacking there was business for some of the tourist service providers. We spoke to some of the certified taxi men on Wednesday.
Well, it's a little bit strenuous because, we don't have enough crews coming to the island, because when you have one boat like that, you have all taximen in one spot. It's like have all the crabs in one barrel. But if you have like 3-4 cruise ships, everybody can work. If it doesn't market your product, people are not going to know about your product you have. No matter how many cruise ships that come to the island, it cannot cover it. They can tender out there, and they come out with their small boats and just flood the city, and everybody will get business.
The cruise season opened on October 28. The island is expecting 191 cruise ship calls for the 2014-2015 season.
And even the number they said that has been increased, there's a reduced number of passengers that are coming out and taking business. It is true, just around Christmas time, a few more people are doing business because the spirit of Christmas has them, and a few drivers are benefiting significantly. But overall, the season has not been what it used to be. And I can say out front, and I'm glad the camera is on me, that I want to see Mr. Piper out as CEO of tourism. And also the people in his office needs a little shaking up. We're not getting back for what we're spending.
What's happening down at Portsmouth as it relates to cruise tourism?
Cruise tourism, I'd like to see the scenic points in the Portsmouth area developed. And I have personally made representation myself in the Ministry of Tourism. We have not seen anything happen significantly.
The new season is expected to welcome over 292,210 visitors as compared to 282,404 in the last season.
I think it's still the same struggle. No new developments, no extra cruise ships, so it's still tough, still rough, still the fight for business. We need to see an organized system.
And the fire department cautioning people during the festive season to take special precautions.
Chief Fire Officer Josiah Dupuis says there are certain things that persons can do to ensure that their homes and surroundings are safe from fire hazards.
Of course, we have quite a bit of activities happening around the home itself. Part of it has to do with decorations, part of it has to do with baking, as you referred to, barbecuing. As we decorate, it is important that our decorations, which by the way are very, very flammable, easy to ignite, and when they start burning, they burn rapidly. So it's very important that we do our decorations, but that we keep those decorations away from heat sources. And what is a heat source? I'm speaking here about a simple thing like a television at your home. I'm speaking about your refrigerators, keeping it away from open flame, candles, or your stove. We often hang very lovely looking curtains during this time of year, or we should look at the length of our curtains to ensure that the wind won't be able to blow the curtains towards an open flame on the stove.
He also advised during barbecuing that the grill must not be left unattended for an extended period of time, and after barbecuing, ensure that the heat from the coal is put out with water. Dupuis says before baking, ensure that the stove and oven is clean and free from fat or grease to prevent a fire during the baking process. He also gave lighting precautions.
But it's important that before we install them, that we actually check the lines to ensure that they are not broken. Because a broken line or a break on that line can cause short circuiting, and short circuiting ultimately can lead to a serious fire.
Officer Dupuis advised people traveling to designate a driver who is not drinking to avoid accidents.
But first, let me take this opportunity to wish you and your listeners, the entire country at large, to wish everyone a very pleasant Christmas season. I also want to wish the very best for all Dominicans, a very prosperous 2015.
In more news, a Canadian medical doctor and his foundation have given Dominica's primary healthcare system the thumbs up. Dr. Barry Strafford of Canada runs the Brenda Strafford Foundation, which provides charitable healthcare services for select countries. Dr. Strafford visited here recently.
You seem to have a very effective healthcare system here in Dominica, and we're a small part of it. I'm the chairman of the board of the foundation, and with me was Michael Conroy, and he's our new president and CEO. He's been involved in healthcare in other facilities and other projects in Canada, and he was very impressed with what he saw. He thinks that Dominica has a very sound healthcare system.
Dr. Strafford's involvement here started post-Hurricane David, when he responded to damage to the Bagatelle Health Center.
It was really by accident. I had made a good friend of Dr. Bernard Benjamin. He's was a native Dominican practicing medicine in Kingston, Jamaica, and he looked after the Canadian embassy staff and the American embassy staff, and I met him at a cocktail party. We became good friends, and then after Hurricane David, he approached his friends and family and raised funds to build a clinic in Salisbury, and he asked me if I would do the same with Bagatelle.
And a senior police officer is commending his colleagues for their commitment to keeping the peace during this year, particularly during the election campaign. ASP Claude Week says while the public expectations of the police is very high, they are doing their best even if there is room for improvement. ASP Week says policing the heavily charged election campaign was a stretch for lawmen, but they were able to maintain law and order. Week says, but for a few incidents, there was no violence to the extent of preventing the voters from exercising their franchise. He says the desirable outcome demonstrates the commitment of the police notwithstanding the challenges.
Really, it's unprecedented in a highly charged campaign, a very feverish campaign, and we are pleased to report that there weren't any election violence or criminal violence, major criminal violence activity during the campaign, and we saw thousands of people moving from the north, south, east, and west, and people converging in the parks and in different areas. And I think really this is commendable. And the police, we did it, but we couldn't do it alone. One, with the help of God. Secondly, with the cooperation of the public.
Mr. Week says the World Creole Music Festival and Independence were also effectively policed with the cooperation of the public, and they deserve commendation for that. More from ASP Weeks later on in the newscast. You are watching Channel 5 News. Coming up, we go in search of the Christmas spirit in the city.
Spark the holiday spirit with the festive feast from KFC. Enjoy a generous amount of chicken with delicious home-style sides and a refreshing drink. KFC, so good.
That's so big. That's really big.
This is big! Upgrade to a data wonderland. Get the season's best deal on the Samsung Galaxy Note 4, only from Lime. Upgrade to data all the way. Get the Huawei Y330 with a great free gift. Upgrade Christmas with Lime.
Looking for the best deals on household and electronic items? Then shop and save at the Muslim store. Prices slashed. Television at the Muslim store. Prices slashed. Washers, it's the Muslim style. Prices slashed. Laptops at the Muslim store. Prices slashed. Jewelry, it's the Muslim style. Visit us on the Bayfront today. The Muslim store, locally born, locally grown.
Cashwiz, is the one-of-a-kind pawn shop in Dominica. We'll trade all your old and used appliances for cash, grant loans applicable to the value of your vehicle and other appliances. A community service-oriented organization actively involved in building communities and empowering the young while partnering with social groups for nation building. So come to Cash with Dominica on the corner of Stable Street and St. Johnson's Avenue, Pottersville, Roseau. Call us today at 440-5555. Check us out on Facebook or email dominica@cashwiz.com.
It's Christmas at Courts with prices slashed even further on a wide range of items at all Courts branches up to 60% off. Wow! But you can't wait. So get your last minute deals now. Offer applies to both cash and credit purchases. And of course, mega savings on a wide range of items. It's Christmas at Courts with up to 60% off at all Courts branches. Hurry, stock is limited.
The magic of mobile insurance is at your fingertips. Download the Beacon Buddy app today to renew your insurance and check on your claims from anywhere in the world. Don't worry, get happy.
Beacon will cover you and we'll always see you through. We'll be there for you.
Dominica Labour Party re-elected for a fourth term. 5 police officers brought before the court in connection with the murder of Joshua Etienne, while Black Sigatoka ravaged the banana sector. Health workers and resources stretched by chikungunya, and squatter drama in Kinfield East. Bishop Kelvin Felix became Dominica's first cardinal, and Dice Calypso Monarch title number 7. Join us for the 2014 Channel 5 News in Review, December 31, 8:30 p.m., repeated January 1 on Channel 5. Thank you for staying with us. The police is warning the public to guard against criminals and secure their valuables, particularly during this time of year. The police public relations officer has warned the public against giving thieves the opportunity to strike by being careless. Another issue of concern for the police around this time is the abuse of alcohol by minors.
As a people, I think we have to jealously guard the young people. We say that they are the future of tomorrow. And what an opportune time to tell them and let them know you ought not to be drunk or heavily inebriated, intoxicated to enjoy Christmas. There's no need for that. And that's why we'll call on families. Families, parents have a responsibility. Yes, it's time, if you like, to free up and to go over to shop, but would advise supervision. Some kind of supervision, and particularly if we're sending the younger ones as well. Send, if you can't go as a parent, but a guardian or the neighbor, as we say, or somebody, an adult, so that you can supervise the children, because we've got to protect them. But we can say to hard drugs, class A, class B drugs, namely crack, cocaine, and marijuana, weed, respectively. And that too is cause for concern. We see over the period of time, young men and women are taken to the court for being in possession of cocaine, and weed is against the law. But apart from it being against the law, and we've spoken a bit about socialization, the point is we have to take responsibility for ourselves in terms of our health. Because if we are taking in large consumption or exceedingly large consumption of alcohol and other forms of drugs, it means, therefore, it brings to bear pressure on the health system. It brings to bear pressure on the schools and other agencies, but more particularly the primary agents, namely the family. We're very much concerned about that, because if families are strong, then you're going to have disciplined children who will be strong and who will develop the institutions of the state, and that we're sending this warning out on this day.
Miss Noel 2014 for St. Mark after 10 years. The show is back. Miss Alison
The winner of the Miss St. Mark Noel 2014, Alison George, being crowned by the parliamentary representative Ian Pinard at the Caribantic in Scotshead on Tuesday. Alison George also secured awards for Best Talent and Best Evening Wear. First runner-up and Best in Evening Wear went to Chris Merton Baptist. Second runner-up and Miss Photogenic was Ivona Renault. Shania Tavernier secured the Miss Amity Prize, while Malika Williams got Best in Casual Wear. Chanel Alexander, Best Casual Wear. Organizers say the show was well attended and Point Michelle will be included next year as they strive to make it an annual event. And let us now join Louie Graham as she took to the streets of the capital on a Christmas Eve in search of the Christmas spirit.
The opinion of visitors and shoppers alike is that Christmas is a time of giving and spending time with family. Last-minute shoppers are trying to make the best of the Christmas season as they spend the final days of 2014.
Well, this one look like it's picking up. Last year it didn't pick up, but it look like it's picking up, so it might be a good Christmas, man.
Okay, so what do you plan to do this Christmas?
Drink and kiss my kids.
Well, so far for the past couple of days, sales has been very, very good, and I must say for the past 2 years, this year I have been very, very good compared to past 2 years. You know, I have been seeing sales pick up for the past 3 to 4 days.
Well, the Christmas season is going quite fine for a while, trying to sell a little grapes and apple on the sidewalk. So all I see in Christmas was in December 8th, but by the grace of God, everything going good so far. Yeah. Tomorrow, well, drink the liquor sorrel and eat the liquor fish and enjoy the day.
Charlie's Toy Shop, and this morning we had a huge crowd. People come for lots of toys for their babies, children up to 12 years and all of that. And we had Santa Claus here giving a few gift items where you come, bring your child, you get a picture with him and all of that. This was very exciting. Also, here I just want to tell everybody to come down to the toy shop, Jolly's Toy Shop, to get whatever toy you need.
We tip off with some basketball news. The Roseau Valley Basketball League will pick up immediately following the Christmas break as a number of teams look to get themselves in a position for the playoffs. The league will continue on Saturday with Game 1 at 7 p.m. The Fort County Rebels will take on the Power of Numbers Blazing Bullets, while at 9 o'clock the same Ronald Charles Bullets will challenge the Emshall Mafia. Games for Sunday. At 6 p.m., Fort County Upsetters will take on Mount Prosper Strikers, and at Game 2, the Lily Valley Sharks will battle the Thunderers from Grand Bay. And the West Indies Test captain Dinesh Ramdin believes his side can bounce back as they face South Africa in the second test on Boxing Day. The West Indies lost the first test match by an innings at 128 runs. They will also be without their leading fast bowler Kemar Roach for the rest of the series, and Windward Islands player Kenroy Peters has been called in as his replacement. The West Indies last beat South Africa a few years ago on Boxing Day, and Ramdin is hoping for a repeat performance.
Yeah, our last memory day, we won the test match. As I said, from this game, we like to take some of the positives. When we go down there, we'll still be having that little bit of confidence from the last time we won. But having said that, cricket plays on the day. I think everyone needs to come up with their A game. And we're 1-0 down in the series, so it's tough to beat this South African team, which is the #1 team. And I think we have some fight in us, and we can give them a good fight down in B.
Meantime, Shivner and Chanda Paul expressed confidence in the West Indies' ability to bounce back, but it did not extend to a point where he thought that they could beat the #1 ranked South Africa.
Definitely, we're all disappointed with what happened, and we know we're a much better team than we show out in Centurion. We just have to put that game behind us, just take it as a learning experience.
You've played against South Africa many times. How would you rate their current bowling attack compared to previous ones? I mean, have they got pretty much, all the bases covered?
Yeah, definitely. They're the #1 team in the world, bowling attack. to be a #1 team in the world, your bowling attack have to be the best bowling attack in the world to bowl out opposition to put you there. Your batters is doing well also, but you need your bowlers to take 20 wickets in a test match, and they've been doing that, and that's the reason why they're #1. It's not going to be easy, but we have much better fight than we showed out in Centurion.
And just an interesting fact for you, the West Indies have played 26 test matches against South Africa. They have only won 3. Meantime, the West Indies Cricket Board President Dave Cameron says that the Board of Directors' approval of a new one-day international skipper was unanimous. Earlier this month, the Board of Directors were presented with a recommendation from the WICB selectors, chaired by Clive Lloyd, to appoint a 23-year-old Barbados all-rounder Jason Holder as the captain of the West Indies ODI squad ahead of the regional team's 5-match ODI series against South Africa, and just 2 months before the ICC World Cup in Australia and New Zealand. Trinidad and Tobago Director on the WICB board, Baldaf Mabahir, says, he also confirmed that the directors do not get involved in the selection of the team. Mahabir says that the selectors came with a recommendation for Jason Holder to captain the team, and it is very rare that the board will turn down a recommendation from the selectors. Meantime, the lawyer representing Dwayne Bravo, Kieran Pollard and Darren Sammy has called the move by the West Indies Cricket Board to drop the trio from the ODI squad for the South Africa tour as an attempt to push the trio into cricket's political wilderness. Ralph Thorne appointed the Players' Council to negotiate the contracts dispute that led to the West Indies pulling out of the India tour in October, has also blamed the WICB for victimizing the 3 players who he now feared could miss out on playing in the World Cup. Thorne said that he had spoken to Bravo, Pollard and Sami over the weekend and advised them to continue to represent the country with pride and with the best performances in spite of this adversity. And finally, the Australian captain Michael Clarke has said that he could return from injury in time for the Cricket World Cup. Clarke had surgery on a hamstring injury last week and feared that his career could be over. Clarke says that he has been told by the medical staff that he is in as good a condition as he can be a week after undergoing the surgery. Australia will co-host the World Cup with New Zealand. The tournament begins on the 14th of February. Clarke was injured during Australia's 48-run first test win over India earlier this month. And that's a wrap on sports. You can join us next time. I'm Gavin Richards.
Coming up, a look at your weather.
Good evening, viewers, and welcome to tonight's weather broadcast. I'm your presenter, Marshall Alexander. First, we begin by taking a look at earlier infrared satellite imagery and what it showed. Some low-level clouds which moved across the area today, resulting in partly cloudy to cloudy skies across Dominica. Now, taking a look at earlier radar imagery and what it showed. Some scattered showers which moved across the area today, and also some showers approaching from the east. As a result, tonight's weather is expected to be mostly cloudy and breezy with some scattered showers. And tomorrow's weather, partly cloudy to cloudy and breezy with some scattered showers. Sea conditions are expected to be moderate in open water with swells peaking near 8 feet. Small craft operators and sea bathers are advised to exercise some caution. Also, an increase in northerly swells peaking near 10 feet can be expected during the weekend. Conditions for the next 3 days: partly cloudy to cloudy skies with scattered showers can be expected throughout the 3-day period, with breezy conditions being maintained throughout. Conditions for the rest of the Caribbean tomorrow: partly cloudy to cloudy skies with scattered showers and also breezy conditions can be expected throughout the island chain tomorrow. Our international cities forecast: partly cloudy skies with showers can be expected in New York and Miami, with clear skies expected in London, and partly cloudy skies expected in Caracas and Beijing. Sunrise tomorrow will be at 6:29 a.m. and sunset at 5:42 p.m. For more information, you can call the weather hotline at 447-5555 or visit our website at weather.gov.dm. From all of us here at the Dominica Meteorological Service, we wish you a Merry Christmas.
This is Channel 5 News. The headlines: the Christmas Eve vigil Wednesday night in solidarity with those for whom they say justice has been delayed, and taxi operators call for more cruise ship calls to the island. Send your questions and comments to news@marpin2k4.com. For instant access to the news, you can download the Turn Up 767 app. On behalf of the production team, I'm Julian Morris. Thanks for watching. Season's greetings to you and your family.